Hello and welcome to this Fotospeed video with me, Tim Jones, and this week I'm joined by Lucinda from Hahnemühle, and we're going to be talking about their natural line. But before we dive into any of that, a little bit of housekeeping as always. Please don't forget to subscribe to the Fotospeed YouTube channel, and also don't forget to sign up to the Fotospeed newsletter to find out about exclusive offers and keep up to all the news here at Fotospeed, including deals and things on Hahnemühle papers, I'm sure, coming up and things. So make sure you're subscribed on photospeed.com. I suppose we should start with who Hahnemühle are and what you actually do in the UK here for Hahnemühle.
So I am Lucinda from Hahnemühle. Hahnemühle is a German paper manufacturer. We have been making paper in the Solling Mountains in Germany at our mill since 1584. It's our 440th birthday this year, so happy birthday to us. We have been vegan since we were 1967. So none of the digital fine art papers have any animal products in them.
Okay, it's a question we get asked all the time here at Fotospeed. What papers don't contain animal products, and are they vegan friendly, and are the inks vegan friendly even as well? So that probably leads us really nicely on to the natural line of papers.
So it's our newest line, our newest range of papers. So the bamboo came out a little while ago, and then the hemp, the agave followed, and then the sugarcane came out last year.
One of the ones, well, I know I've done some videos printing on these papers, and I think for me, the one that stood out was the sugarcane. I really like that one. Although they're all beautiful, that's the one that stood out for me. But strangely enough, everyone else goes for the hemp. What makes them part of the natural line? So
they are a mix of fibres, basically. So for example, the hemp is 60% hemp, 40% cotton. So all of the papers have some cotton in them, which makes them easier to handle. They have a range of percents as to how much of each fibre they have. But essentially, so hemp, sugarcane, bamboo and agave are all really sustainable plants to grow. So none of these require any pesticides. They all don't use very much water, which, as we know, cotton takes a lot of water. So that's really important that we look after natural resources.
We should say also, if I'm right in thinking, the cotton that's used in these papers, well, in all papers, is the byproduct of the waste product, effectively, of the textile industry.
Yeah, so it usually goes, I think, textiles, oil, then we take all of their rubbish and turn it into
lovely papers, yeah. So even that is recycling somewhere in kind of sustainable in a certain way. But anyway, but with the plants, you can plant more on a square acre as well, or square kilometre if you're in Europe as well. Is that it's faster growing? And
much faster growing. You can get a few yields a year. And they don't really require any water. And the big thing as well is pesticides. They don't require any pesticides, so keeps the environment happy.
So in the packs at the minute, and we've got a lovely test pack here. This is the A3 Plus one, but they also do A4 as well, test packs. And all the sizes available up to 44 inch. 60s?
50 inch.
50 inch. So if you are using Hahnemühle's photo rag or something, then look at possibly the hemps and things, is that, or the agaves, and they just feel a lot more.
Yeah, so if you're using maybe our photo rag especially, this is quite a nice alternative, a bit more of a sustainable choice, especially the hemp. So it has sort of a very light texture, as you can see here. It's really quite smooth. And yeah, it's a really nice alternative because it's still that quite nice white. The bamboo is easily the most popular paper for whatever reason. That one is a little bit warmer. So this one is a little bit warmer, as you can see. So it's quite a natural white.
So because it's a bit more of a natural base, I suppose it lends itself quite nicely to lovely sunsets and things like that. But also, black and whites would look stunning on this as well. Wildlife, warmer papers always seem to do wildlife really well.
Yeah.
Also, black and whites look amazing. We have quite a few photographers that use a certain natural white because of it just kind of intensifies things a little bit and it's not as stark as well. So I always say with a natural white paper like this is to perhaps, if your image is a little bit more mid-tone heavy, I suppose, in black and white, so that works really well with kind of off-white papers, but I suppose smoother than photo rag, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
And I suppose the hemp as well is getting a little bit, but it's just that higher white point, which I quite like. But again, it's that same feel, that kind of soft.
Yeah, it's lovely
feel
and soft.
to it as well. Again, it would just suit anything. I mean, this would be perfect for landscapes, to be honest. Absolutely lovely, as you've probably used a landscape on the swatch. Now, agave. Agave?
Agave?
How are you supposed to say it?
There you go. I say agave.
But anyway, it's, beautiful paper. Absolutely stunning. A little bit more photo rag texture. Getting a little bit rougher, which, again, I quite like. I like that you'd be able to feel the paper. I think it works. I mean, these papers will do anything, because, kind of just say that you can kind of print anything on a paper and it'll look okay. I mean, these papers will do a fantastic job, I think.
They absolutely will.
My favourite, but don't want to influence anyone. Sugarcane, slightly warmer, a little bit warmer, bit more of a rougher texture on there as well, which I quite like. But do you have a favourite?
So my favourite is the hemp.
Okay.
So it's the brightest, whitest one of all of them. And I just love the story of hemp paper. I think hemp is possibly the oldest way of making paper.
Okay.
I know it was hemp paper they used for the US Declaration of Independence. They used it for the Gutenberg Bible. It's a really robust fibre. I just think it's lovely. I love the story behind the hemp. What's your favourite? The hemp there, you got sugarcane.
I like the sugarcane.
Yeah.
I mean, hemp's beautiful. It's lovely. It is a lovely paper, and it is possibly that alternative to photo rag. If you want something that's going to do what photo rag does, but more sustainable. So you may be printing yourself for other people, or you may be printing your own work, but want to have that selling point, I suppose, as well. That's what the natural line can give, is a little bit of a selling point that it's all natural papers, it's all sustainable papers as well. And that means a lot to customers at the minute, I suppose.
I think that's so important, and I think it's also important to remember that actually right now Hahnemühle are the only people doing this.
And also, you've just introduced the bamboo baryta to the range as well.
Yes.
Which is lovely, and we're going to be doing a separate video on that as well, because there's loads of new baryta papers, but we wanted to mention it because it is going to be going into the test packs soon. Once we've gone through here and things, but I've used it and it is lovely as well. It feels amazing in your hand, like all these papers do, to be honest. So we should also say that all these papers are available from Fotospeed stock. We have them all down in the warehouse. We also have the test packs as well available, and you can also take advantage of my Arts registry as well, can't you? With all Hahnemühle papers, not just the natural line.
So I would really recommend using this as a way to authenticate your prints, especially if they're sort of edition runs and things like that, because obviously nothing is more important than that, is making sure that your prints are your prints, and everybody knows that. So we basically run a program called My Art Registry. It's all online. You can just create an account, and then every image that you take, you don't even have to print it on our paper, which probably
you should do though.
Yeah, maybe cut that bit out. So it's basically a way of editioning it, authenticating it. We provide certificates of authenticity, so included
There's
in the
templates as well, and everything is there to download. I've done a whole video on it actually, so I'll put it at the end and you can link onto it. But yeah, it's a really nice. You've got everything there you need to. You get a unique number, so all the prints are unique, I suppose. You can catalogue them all for you. And you're having, I don't know if I'm supposed to mention this, but you're having a little bit of an upgrade on it coming this year at some point.
We are towards the end of the year. Watch this space.
We don't really know what it is.
It will basically just be really helpful for people looking at NFTs and things like that. We're sort of just trying to keep up with the times because people aren't just going to a gallery and buying prints anymore.
So I think we've covered the natural line.
Excellent.
I think. Don't think there's anything else to say. Like I said, I've done full print reviews on these papers as well, but I thought it'd be good to just get Lucinda in and kind of just talk about Hahnemühle and the natural line as well. We're going to be doing some other videos as well, so stay tuned for those about the new brighter papers and also some new sustainability photo papers as well, or sustainable photo papers as well. So on that note, don't forget to subscribe and sign up to the Fotospeed newsletter on photospeed.com. And also, if you're struggling with printing or you want a bit of a refresher, don't forget we have a free ebook called The Art of Printing that you can download from photospeed.com. Don't worry, I'll put all the links in the description below for you. And thank you to Lucinda for coming on and talking about the natural line.
Thank you for having me.
And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.